Ladies and gentlemen, it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you when you are doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end. So guys, I want to talk about a particular kind of things. As you know, yesterday Marwa went live, and the live itself was so inspirational, and there are other lessons learned. Particularly, I was very ready to talk about other things, but today in morning, I saw the lazy gang has taken a particular kind of a segment they're running with, but twisting everything, trying to spread a propaganda that wasn't meant of it. Now, our main work today at this platform or during this discourse, I just want to decode the information and that particular kind of a segment. You know, all the live and a particular kind of a segment that Amara call it, this is a hot topic. It is hot, the lazy gang is calling it controversial. It's never controversial, but because it's just a hot topic. But to me, I'm calling it a healthy topic because that was a healthy discourse between a wife and a husband, between two partners who love themselves. Therefore, I'm in this platform to record the statement so that it distills so well. Alongside decoding it, it will correct itself, it will align itself with the truth to demystify all the narrative that's being created by the lazy gang going forward. So guys, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, kindly click at the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you a bunch, because without your support and effort, this channel wouldn't be at this pace. We are on the road to 4,000 guys. Make sure you subscribe to this point. If you are my silent watcher, kindly please subscribe. You can support the channel by joining my membership, by super chat, by watching ads without skipping, because that is the only revenue we are getting through this channel, guys. So let's dive in after the break. Welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Sinazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, let's dive in straight away. There is a particular segment where Amara was asked a question because it was a Q&A live. The question came, and the question was just straightforward, but at a certain time, it brought a particular kind of a hot topic, back and forth. That one was so healthy because there must be a discourse, back and forth, clarifying the information so that the two loved partners could agree to disagree as well. So healthy. So healthy. It's a topic that even Amara himself said, do not censor any other kind of messages because he wants to read, because he wanted everybody to give a feedback. Well, I chose to give a feedback onto this platform, onto this my camera, that I just want to be genuine enough, plus decoding that video so that it sealed, because people were of mixed reaction. But again, what really also made me to come on this camera again, it was now to demystify the lazy gang assertion and narrative, because the lazy gang has turned it to be a mockery and running amok on Amara. Do you know the famous thing that Amara said? No, it's the same thing that the lazy gang have now decided to engage into to rebut Amara back.
No.
Perhaps let's watch the video.
.com. No females. Rocio Mama said, I'll be checking. If you know women have instincts, if I see you with a woman like this, if I see you with a woman, Mura Senso is like, but what if it's not actually? What if I just want more Mura Senso, more? From today henceforth, she threw in a curveball and said, what if you see me with men? I was like, oh.
That is the video of Ngo. Amara said it. Now the lazy gang has picked it just to troll and jibe Amara with. You know, in a particular kind of a manner, because Amara said there's no content for the lazy gang. But the lazy gang are now happy because they got a content and what to talk to. You see? Now the problem is they're very happy with the conversation that really happened. Happy in the end that Amara was dealt a blow with. Well, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the whole scenario as a healthy talk, effective talk and effective feedback that the two love people were having towards each other. In other words, it's an expression of love in a particular kind of way. Do you know what? I don't like this, but because of our love, everybody was just protecting their love in between them. Are you there? But the lazy gang has taken it hyperbole, twisting it, and you've had on trending in a particular kind of a child now saying, no, she didn't stop from there because she continued to rant and ranting things that are now not making sense in his own imagination.
Who will be showing you around because it's the females who've been showing you around in the past. As long as you don't show up with a woman. Hey, Rocio ma'am, you're finishing Mura Senso. Please, please, don't finish Mura Senso because Mura Senso, you met Mura Senso doing his niche. I don't know if you guys remember when they met with Rocio ma'am. And word on the street is, I missed on that one, but everybody has been mentioning, I think someone else mentioned just a couple of days ago somewhere. And they said, do you guys remember when Mura had parted ways with Rocio ma'am in Mexico and he went to, hey, Mura Senso, even you. Where is that he went to meet with Serpentina? Jamaica. Rocio ma'am was pissed. Rocio ma'am was mad. Rocio ma'am was hyperventilating to a point where all of a sudden, Serpentina is being thrown under the bus on the street. And we were like, hey, what's the tingo? Why, Rocio ma'am, are you not trusting? Why don't you just have full trust on Mura Senso traveling alone? You know, Rocio ma'am, every time Mura Senso is on a live, she'll just be there reading the comments. And she got really irritated at towards the end of the live. Because, of course, guys, why in Mura's live are you following messages like this? And it's not the first time. When he's on his live, she's somewhere else just moderating and seeing what people are doing. There's a time also...
But things that happened a long time ago, you know, very happy. You know, I just want to tell on training, no one is finishing each other. Neither Marwa Rocio is finishing each other. These people has got feelings to each other and people are protecting their boundaries. That's why they had to speak that way. Are you there? Because two things involved here. Work plus your family. And in between what I'm reading, I'm just reading ethics. Rocio was just communicating ethic. Amara also was communicating the principal ethics. These are the things that the lazy gang was not getting, and other people who have got mixed reaction was never reading in between the line. I'm just coming to explain that. Now, to the point of now, and trending now juxtaposing everything of what happened when Amara met Rocio, where they met. The fact that they met along the street, well, people are being met in every other kind of walks of life. Others are met in the church. When you meet somebody in the church, does not mean she's holier or he is holier than thou. When you meet somebody on the street, doesn't mean she's on the street. You could be a church person and you'll be found in the street because you must follow the street well headed to the church. Go back home, ask your mother or your grandfather or your dad where you met the mom. Therefore, you'll be shocked. Others were met when they were sent to buy salt in the supermarket or in a grocery. A lot happened. They never came back. They went even with the money they changed. The family up today, waiting for that salt. So where you're met doesn't matter. What really matters is the love that has been rekindled in between you, burning and blazing. That's what's so important. That's how I'm seeing the Marwa. So opening on how, no problem. What if, okay, Marwa met Rocio. Then later he went and met with Serpentina, something that I'm not privy of because I didn't see of that. Marwa was single by then. He was still shopping around who could be the best fit. And as nature dictated, and as per God's will, everything aligned. And remember, Rocio said she was praying to get an African man, a black man. But she wasn't praying to get a Marwa. So what she wanted, he never got. But God gave her what she needed because at that particular time and now going forward, her need was Marwa, the best fit. This is what I'm getting into that kind of conversation, but don't waste it every time. Now, with all that being said, because I've seen there is mixed reaction, I'm going to be forced to analyze that discussion, that discourse, that topic that Amara was calling hot topic, that topic that the lazy gang are calling controversial, that Amara is being faced, Amara is being defeated, or is being dealt a blow with. But to me, I'm saying it as a healthy conversation going forward, because these are the people who want to know. Are you there? Or perhaps on how I'm getting it, it's about the work ethic and family. I'm going to explain how all those three intertwined. To get the best explanation going forward, I think let's watch this video, and video itself will explain everything, because there are some elements I need to explain.
Travel alone again, or always as family
going forward
from now? Rocio, help me answer that. Will you feel comfortable if I travel alone?
I wouldn't have any problem. As long as you don't show up in videos with new women.
Okay.
So you don't destroy my confidence with you.
But let's say, for example, I am just making a story. It has nothing to do like, hey girl, you look so cute. What's your name? Just a normal video, because that simply means, Rocio, I'll never do a video with a woman.
If I see you that you're traveling, and then your next thumbnail is Marwa with a woman, I will be very mad, for sure.
But let's say it's like a genuine conversation which has nothing
if it's
to
someone that pop up, you're walking and you meet someone.
No, okay. For example,
there's a lot of tricky things in this. It's a tricky question.
For example, here there is a lady. There is a lady who has said, "When will you come to Denmark?"
Yeah.
It's a lady, for example.
Yes, but there are tricky movements that you can do about it. If it's a fan, of course, more than welcome to meet your fans. There's no problem.
Okay.
There are women or men, everything's okay. But if suddenly I'm here taking care of baby, and I see your next video is Marwa a thumbnail with a woman, I won't be happy.
No, it depends the way the thumbnail is looking or the relationship, because that means, Rocio, I cannot make a video with a woman now.
It depends. It really depends.
Because sometimes, let's say you go to a new city, you have a fan there, she wants to show you where you can get a nice restaurant, trains, things like that, and you have nothing, let me be honest,
for
nothing
sure.
sexual with them.
For sure.
Yes.
But then, we will see I would see your movements for sure.
Hey.
To see if I can really trust you or not, because
guys, I am under microscopic movement.
Well, but I already went through something like that. I don't want to go with something like that again now that we are more a family.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, guys. So what I will do is first, and I have to be honest, is I make videos with everyone. Me, as long as my intentions are pure, that I will not meet a woman out there so that I show Rocio I can meet other women. That is wrong. Even me, I don't support that. Even me as Mar. But let's say I meet even a very beautiful young lady out there, but I have nothing to do with her. She's just showing me maybe here in Poland, you can this, you can do that, you can do that. And then at the end of the video, everybody goes to their own space. I don't have a problem, because it's still, it's the same as having a young man show me around. The only difference is the gender.
I will do the same when I travel alone.
No, it's not.
You can expect me to have guys touring me around then.
Okay, guys, this is a hot topic.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That is the video itself. And the question is,
What do you think, guys?
Will you hit back the road or traveling, leaving Rocio behind? Amara said, "Friend, this is a question that Rocio herself can answer." And Rocio said he has got no problem with it. But there was a disclaimer: so long as you are not featuring ladies into your videos. Which means the traveling itself, Rocio is not against the traveling. Amara can travel and do vlogs as she takes care of the baby. The lazy gang did see that. The lazy gang said Rocio confronted Marwa not to travel anymore. And that could be a clickbait, or they had their own things. Secondly, there are about 4 issues and 4 factors that Rocio addressed in that topic, and Amaro as well. Amaro addressed only one, but very important point. So inclusively, there are 5. But I want to start to decode this statement by what Rocio herself said. Rocio tell Marwa that to make me still have a strong confidence on you, please, I don't want to show you with a woman in a video. Which means there's confidence within Rocio with the person of Marwa. And these things is normal with any other kind of a woman, even a man. Because if I'm having my woman, and the next thing I see men, something there that I used not to see, then I will have to question myself. Sometimes I will like, what's going on here? Everybody sometimes will be feeling, there's something wrong. Unless you explain to your man or to your woman what is going on. Which means Rocio doesn't refuse ladies to appear. Lady can just appear, but the confidence that is having now in their marriage and relationship must never be eroded going forward. This is what Rocio is speaking herein. That's point number 1. And a confidence also could be both sides. A man also can feel a confidence. That's why Rocio was bringing in, telling Marwa, what if I'll be the one that you'll be seeing with all men around, moving around? So it was a win for win. A win for win situation herein. Are you there? Number 2, the issue of thumbnail arose or arises. You know, sometimes thumbnail hugging somebody, thumbnail swimming, thumbnail all kind of things. I think those are the thumbnail that Rocio was explaining, that now Amara should never engage in those kind of thumbnail, because if you can remember, Wodemaya was being trolled because of just simple thumbnail, just simple hug, really brought an issue between them and Miss Trudy. And he faced a troll for the first time. He wanted to cry. That's why Amaro is so thick-skinned. Are you there? Amaro is thick-skinned. All these things Amaro talked, but I'm going to explain Amaro talks at the last progression stage of this video. Are you there? The thumbnail. Which means, going forward, Amaro has got a window. You can feature the female without eroding Rocio's confidence on you and the trust while doing your videos. Which means your thumbnail should not be having all those photos that ladies with a swimming pool gear, you know, all those kind of things. This is what Rocio is referring to. Rocio is not against that you feature a woman in your video. You can feature them, you talk to them the way you are just saying it. But he has got no problem like, oh, you should not do content with women. No, this is not what Rocio was addressing. You know, this is not what Rocio was addressing. Rocio also was addressing the tricky movement. The tricky movement, this one was pegged on women, because they're saying, you must be having a pure intention, you just doing vlog, but there are women outside here who have just marked you, just wanted you. So you yourself, you might think that you are not giving that tricky movement, but the ladies themselves are the one getting tricky movement. This is why Muslim men are caught. Because sometimes we get ourselves in the soup, not because of our doing, but because of the ladies whom we are hosting were expressing themselves. So we must suffer the fate of everything, of the women. That you are there, a lady is admiring you, and behave and her demeanor towards you will send a mixed signal, either to Rocio or to our significant others, and then they start questioning all of us. You, something that you are not privy to, and you are not aware. That's how sometimes it's so tricky. It's tricky with women. This character of women, it's not like we are dealing with women. We understand them and we express them. And remember, Amaro, when you started all this vlog, you said, now you are learning all the tricks of becoming a man. women must win all the time. Once you get that principle, women must win all the time, the battle is not lost. You just practice yourself. It must win all the time. You can do the video without this tricky movement. Be vigilant also there when you're doing your videos. Get to know when to gauge, when not to gauge, when to end the conversation, when the conversation is going forward, where the boundaries is cut clear, not to encroach in other one's space, because you have a wife who loves you and so protective over you. Not bad. People are just yearning for women who can just protect them and improve their lives going forward. Therefore, you have got a best fit and a best match. All of these things boils down to what we call the trust. Without all these things, the trust itself shall be lost. And this is what now I want to tell Rocio. You trust Marwa. Marwa won't do anything. Trust Marwa, whether she travels outside there, whether you see women, so long as the basic demeanor that Marwa portrays towards them won't be the one that makes you think otherwise. Thinking, we must think. But it all belongs to what do we think. You know, a positive thinker doesn't refuse to recognize the negative. He or she refuses to dwell on the negative thoughts. And what are these positive thoughts? A positive thought is kind of a thought that usually looks for the best results out of those conditions. Out of the time that you want to feel let go, you want to feel that your trust is eroded. This is the time that you should go down, you kneel down and you pray. You know, a woman that never wants her marriages to get dissolved, you better fight for your man when you're kneeling down. Don't fight for your man with all this kind of jealousy, all this kind of changing your behavior. I don't. This is just about advice. I'm not saying you're doing them. It's just like, if you want to fight for your woman, you fight for your man when you're sitting, you're kneeling down, which means you submit to one above. That is the best way of doing it, because you understand the work of Marwa is a very risky one. It's just like a work of any celebrity there, a musician. Because when a musician approaches the stage, he or she will get all other kinds. Some other people want to touch, other will get to touch the magic stick, but it all depends on how somebody is secure. Once you understand that, which I know you understand, therefore you'll put Marwa into prayer. You'll put the travel commando into prayer to protect him from all those kind of monitoring spirit, from all those kind of tricky movement. You must go down on your knee to pray for your husband. The same way, Marwa also must go down on his knees to pray for you as you will be traveling alone. Because sometimes you might not be traveling together. You might be traveling alone elsewhere, and Marwa travel alone elsewhere. Then at one point you converge. I think that's the best way going forward. And now, what was Marwa's reaction? Marwa came and just reacted on a good note by even telling people do not censor anything, because he wanted the people to opine their opinion or ventilate their opinion on the comment section, of which other people did. And I chose to do it here and give my opinion going forward, which isn't bad. I hope it will be received in good light. Marwa said just pure intention, because that's what he's been surviving on. He will be doing all this video, whether through with a man, whether with a married woman, or with the ladies around the street, with pure intention, devoid of tricky movement. Are you there? Pure intention, because a content creator meet all people for all the walks. You'll meet people who are admiring you. You'll meet people who are so selfish but pretend to be your friend to betray you. You'll meet even thieves. You'll meet even those who kills people. You'll meet all kinds of people of walks of life. You'll meet those who admire you. You'll meet those who want to say negative things about your wife so that your marriage is dissolved. But it takes a person who has got all the ethos of a family background to protect his family. Protecting your family is inclusive of what you're doing outside there. You take responsibility. And also thinking of your family at home, protecting yourself which means you are protecting your wife and your family. You go outside there, you don't protect yourself, and your life is short. And your family is needing you back home as you left. Therefore, that's how you might be bringing your family to the end. So the issue is protect yourself outside there, and that is what that was the communication of all this kind of discourse. The discourse was never who will win, who was being dealt a blow with. It was not it was not controversial, but it was a healthy topic that makes us also learn going forward. You know, it makes us learn a lot of things going forward. You know, it makes us learn things going forward. So Marwa said pure intention. And whenever Marwa said it's a hot topic, he meant a lot of things. He even tell people to come and give a suggestion. And these are the suggestions that I want to tell Marwa so that you know. That pure intention should be the number one thing you are doing your content with. It should be seen. Your wife also should see it going forward. Then nothing will happen. The issue of thumbnail itself, make it as simple as well, so that the message that you're putting it on the thumbnail should never be misconstrued. At this point, I cannot advise you either, because the relationship is between you and Rocio. You know what is good for your relationship, your family, and your work. Just do that. And then you'll be the happiest man on this earth. What you have to know, Rocio loves you. And Rocio doesn't want to lose you anytime to anybody. The best thing that you need to do is like guard the Rocio's feelings, so that that confidence Rocio is having for you should be long lasting. This is what I saw in that kind of discourse. Nothing was so controversial, nothing was hot over there. It was just a healthy discussion. Marwa. It was just a healthy discussion in the lazy gang. It was just an awesome discussion that are discording. So what Rocio was just saying, and with Marwa discussing therein, they were discussing their work. They were discussing the ethics during their work. And they were discussing the issues family. That how are we balance our work, our profession, with ethics, and juxtaposing it to the family. If you had that, therefore, all these things that are devised by Marwa, and how I decoded this kind of information, I think everything's been captured. To end this conversation going forward, always the positive mindset mixed with the positive ethics will always protect your family going forward. And remember, family is number one. Until next time, this is Senior.